Well, like, do you feel like, okay, this is going on Oshinoko, and you can like stop me if I'm getting in too intrusive, but like, do you feel like you have like a public and stage persona versus like your personal life, and how do you balance that?
Definitely, but that also I feel like that goes for anybody who's not even like in the entertainment industry. You know, you have a face when you're with your boss. Like you're not gonna be like, hey, what's up? You know. Yeah. So I feel like like. Also, I'm a people pleaser, you know. I've been a people pleaser all my life. That. Yeah. So I do feel like that. So I feel like, you know, on stage, like I have to act a certain way that like people want me to, you know. Like I can't be like, I can't act sad just because I'm actually sad that day, you know. I have to be like, you know, I'm gonna be everybody's ray of sunshine and stuff, you know. So I definitely think that there is a gap between, you know, my personal life and how I am on camera, and usually that gap also kind of is the reason I sometimes get sad and just kind of have a mental breakdown, because people expect you to be this like
be positive all the time.
Be positive and also be like super crazy because of like the way I tweet, and like my Japanese fans think I'm a big delinquent because I'm going against the management so much. But like reality is like, if like behind closed doors, I'm not like, you know, telling my managers what to do, and like you know, I'm more like hi.
I'm just existing, shit posting on Twitter. You know, just, you know how it is. Yeah,
like to shit post on Twitter, you need a lot of trust from your management. You know? Like in order to be like, you know, super crazy. Like you need, like people need to trust you. Be like, it's okay. Like, you know, like she's a decent human being in front of us.
Did you ever get in any trouble for maybe pushing it a little too far?
No, never actually.
So I'm still
gonna change that.
So I'm still trying to find the limit.
Yeah, not that I remember. Yeah, not that I remember.
That's good,
maybe.
That's good.
Maybe.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you said there's a disparity, and you know you get a lot of stress from how you feel pressured to act? Do you feel like the pressure to be a certain character, or be like, I guess like a sort of like perfect person when you're like on stage and you know you're presenting and everything? Do you feel that pressure, or are you just kind of like more chill with it?
I used to feel a lot of pressure, but then again, I don't know. What was the question again? Wait, do I feel pressure with trying to be
so you know,
I'm sorry.
at least with my experience with like idols from like an outside perspective, there's a lot of like the image of an idol being like perfect, I guess, like the perfect person. Do you feel like you have to act like that as well?
Oh, for me, I feel like a lot of people actually expect me to not be perfect.
Okay,
you know,
okay, that's good.
With like the way I act. But the problem with me is sometimes people would think that I'm super outgoing, you know, based on my YouTube channel and everything. So whenever they meet me and they give me like a script for a variety show, they're like, can you do this crazy thing? And I'm like, not really.
How much are you paying?
So the thing is, you know, uchiage, how do you say uchiage in
like
English?
It's like an after party kind of.
Okay.
I actually never go to those because I don't want like people.
You don't want to socialize.
I don't want to socialize, but two, I don't want people realizing that I'm not as funny as I am when the cameras are like, you know, like I'm a lot funnier when the cameras are rolling and like when I'm online.
Right.
But if it's just like, you know, in the private you know, area, and I have to talk to them as a normal human being, like my normal self is going to come out.
That's so funny, because I feel like at least in like the more Western side, that's people actually like. They like it when they get to meet the other creators or celebrities or whatever, who are like, oh, it's cool, nice to talk to you, and you're the guy.
Yeah, like it feels like I'm actually meeting the person, really like rather than like the personality.
It kind of like humanizes that person to a point where they're not on like a pedestal anymore, and they, you know, they see them as like more like vulnerable, I guess.
It's like, oh, they're just like another human being like me, you know, with faults and, you know, good things.
She just like me for real.
Yeah, she's just like me for real. Yeah,
and then that's like a much bigger appeal, as opposed to you know, being this perfect idol that has no flaws. And I think that's I think that's an interesting difference, at least from what I've seen from like a Western audience and a Japanese audience. I'm not sure if like the Korean audience is different at all. I would assume it is, because every K-pop idol group I've seen are fucking perfect in every way, shape, or form.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
No flaws.
Yeah.
I forgot what we were talking about. Going back to idols. So what is like the normal schedule for like the idol side of things as opposed to like the voice acting side of things?
What's your week looking like?
Yeah.
What's a normal week for you?
It's honestly different every week. And
That's good.
My schedule is also very different from my members because I'm one of the few members that is like actually pursuing a career in voice acting right now.
Nice. Right.
So it would be like in the morning, I would go to like the anime, like the studio and do some voice acting. And then in the afternoon, I would do rehearsals with my group and just like that every day. And then I'd have like radios. I have like 2 radios and 1 Nikonama.
Nico live stream, yeah.
Yeah, so I would film those and yeah, it's basically...
Damn, you're doing everything.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Grinding it out.
Yeah, the grind is real, bro. God damn.
Do you get much of a say in what kind of projects you take on? Or is it kind of like, hey, this week you're doing this, see you there?
As long as it's not really out of my comfort zone, you know, I'm like, I will do anything, especially if it's like voice acting things because, you know, that's what I want to do. And
build up the experience, right?
Yeah,
and,
for sure. You know, as a person that's just like starting out, you know,
you're like yes to everything.
Yeah, I don't really want to like choose. And I also want to be like the type of person that is able to, you know, act as anything, you know.
True, be flexible, right? It's always better to be that
You
person.
can give me a box and I will be that box.
Have you ever done any, you know, you've done voice acting. Have you ever done any live action like TV acting?
Never TV acting. Like I did one musical. Yeah.
You did a musical?
For Aku no Musume, the Vocaloid song, Aku no Musume.
Oh shit, yeah, okay.
I played Mikaeda, which is like Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the most nerve-wracking. Yeah, there's so like real people right in front of me while I was acting. I'm like, and also I feel like the stage play, like the actors, like the community over there is also very different from the voice acting and the idol industry. It's like you got to get to know each other so we can create something amazing, you know?
Yeah, it's all communication based, right? Yeah.
Like my communication skills is like terrible. Terrible.
It's like I don't have a script. Oh,
yeah, it is
how do I
terrible.
communicate?
So every single time during rehearsals, I already had the script in my head, but I would pretend that I was like looking at my script. So like, you know, to make sure, you know, be like, sorry, I'm not talking to you, not because I'm shy, but because I'm focusing on my script. I'm so sorry. Like I have to act all the time so that people won't feel uncomfortable around me. I'm so sorry. The script is so important. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm busy. You know, this.
I'm very professional. I'm sorry.
It's very awesome that you sound like there's a lot of social anxiety there.
Yeah.
But you still haven't let it stop you at any point. You're like, I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to work around everything. I'm going to find a way to make everything work.
Yeah. Has there been, I guess, ever a point where like, I guess your social anxiety kind of got like the best of you in like your position?
Yes, during the, you know, idols have handshake events.
Oh my God.
That
seems like a nightmare difficulty level of social interaction.
Do you want to explain handshaking events for people that don't know?
Yeah, so handshaking events is like basically something that comes with a CD. So you buy a CD and you get 10 seconds with your favorite idol, you know?
Right.
Which is like
10
a crazy trade.
You say 10 seconds. How strict is the timing? Is it just like one handshake?
Well, are there people with like stopwatches?
Yeah, there are stopwatches and there are people that are like, okay, your time is up.
Are you serious? Have you not seen videos of
Yeah.
dudes like not letting go and then like 5 guys dragging them?
I've seen that, but
Yeah, there's literally a dude at the back like with a stopwatch being like, all right, your time starts now.
Okay, well, tell the story. I'm
Yeah.
So my social anxiety started way before I became an idol. You know, as I said, the reason why I quit competitive figure skating was from my social anxiety. So like, but I hid it from my management team, like during the audition too.
Of course.
I never told them. So during the handshake events, I was really thankful for people coming, you know, and I loved them, but my brain and my heart was just like telling me different things. Like I would get rashes on my body and like I couldn't like breathe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like, you know, a lot of things were happening to me. So then I had to stop. And but my management team was like really, really nice about it. You know, we decided whether we should inform the public that I wasn't going to do any more handshake events because of my social anxiety, or should we just say she's just not going to do it for personal reasons. And at first my manager was like, I think we should hide it because, you know, just these things, and especially in Japan, it's not, you know, really a good thing to say publicly, you know, you might not get many like job opportunities. So she was really worried for me. She was concerned for me. But the reason why I decided to say that I had social anxiety, and that was the reason I stopped the handshake event, was to let people know that, you know, people with social anxiety can still work, you know. Like I feel like a lot of people hide it, and that just makes it a lot harder. You know, once you just come out with it, it's a lot easier to have people help you. You know, like when you're about to have an anxiety attack, if you're hiding it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, like I can't let it show. But
and they won't be able to help you out with that, right? Because they don't know what's happening.
Like already tell people, you can be like, today's not the day. Like I'm
right.
Yeah, so now is not the time. And like I feel like by me saying it and, you know, proving to people that I can still work in the entertainment industry while still having social anxiety, I feel like I can be, you know.
You're just breaking every stereotype an idol has. You're just like, hey, I'm too anxious to do handshaking events. Okay, that's you can still make it work.
Yeah, honestly.
Was there anything that happened during any of these events that gave you particular anxiety towards them, or was it just the idea of it?
It was just the idea of it. And I don't know, it was just so many different people coming
It's a lot.
in.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's not like there was like somebody that did anything to me. Like I really, as a person, like every single one of them, I loved all of them, but it was just like a thing as a whole, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of people and there's a lot of interaction in the short amount of time.
Yeah.
There's a common conception in Japan that I guess mental health stuff isn't really taken as seriously as it should.
Yeah.
I mean, how has your experience been with that here?
Well, once I came out with it, everybody was really supportive of it.
That's good.
And,
That's good, yeah.
The people around me are like, you know, like I didn't really have an understanding with social anxiety, and I also didn't think like somebody as outgoing as you on camera could have social anxiety, you know, like I didn't think that was a thing, you know, but so I feel like with me saying it, you know, well, 5 people got a better understanding in my perspective.
Oh, I mean, it's better than 0, you know?
It's better than 0.
And honestly, it's like massive.
You're a good spy.
Yeah.
They fell for it.
No, honestly, it's like massive props because, you know, as you were saying, like I feel Japan is still very much behind when it comes to like the awareness of mental health, especially compared to like America, right?
Well, I mean,
you know,
I think there's in a lot of jobs they'll be like, oh, you have anxiety? Oh, should you no work?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm guessing a lot of people in Japan especially have social anxiety.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Just a guess.
Are you kidding me?
Just a guess.
Bro. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So honestly, like I think it was really brave of you to say that publicly, because I'm sure, like, you know, you are by far not the only one. It's even, I reckon, like in the idol industry in itself that, you know, suffers from that kind of, you know, anxiety like you do, right? So I think just the fact that you were even being like, you know what, no, like I'm just not gonna like run around the fact, like I'm just gonna tell it how it is, and you know, it is what it is kind of deal, right? So yeah, I think that was really cool of you to do.
How was the response to the announcement, I suppose?
The people that supported me were also really nice, and you know, it just made life so much easier after that.
Yeah, because you stop needing to feel like you had to pretend.
Yeah, definitely.
Just be like, hey, I got this. Please understand if I'm not acting the way that you think I should act, and people move on. Would you say that you like, out of like your fellow members, that you deal with the most social anxiety?
I don't. I feel like everybody experiences things differently, but I feel like not many girls have like panic attacks as much as I do. So I feel, maybe.
Or they're really good at hiding it.
Yeah, so
everyone is a spy.
Everyone is a spy. Yeah. Just liar game of the game. Everyone's just lying to each other.